Hi, YouTube! We are about to dive into this weekly challenge, which is called Survival of the Fittest. You got no pills, no sanity, and no evidence to work with. It's gonna be a tough one, they say, and we do this on Edgefield. Now, no pills, no sanity, and no evidence can be a little bit of an effort, and you could say that this could be the hardest challenge that this has to throw at you. This honestly also depends on your like smudges, if you get smudges, because what you can do with a challenge like this to already ease some concerns for some of you thinking this might be really hard is you might die a few times, you might have to reset, but there are so many ghosts you can tell simply on their behavior and their speed, like the blinking, we can tell an Oni or a Phantom. So in a way, this challenge could go really fast too. It's all about luck with this one. It will of course be less easy, but it ain't gonna be as brutal as it could be, unless you have the worst luck in the world. So you have to go to Edgefield, you pick the challenge mode, and go. The good news is, even if you die, you don't actually lose items. So you don't have to worry about that thing either. You can just, like, try to do as much as you want to. I hope you also watched the previous video, because the previous video gave you access to all tier 3 items. And we do have smudges, this is great. Meaning that you had a lot of benefit from doing that last week too on any map, because then you could have a lot of fun with it. So we don't need to care about these optionals, and we do have the flashlight and we have the smudges. So all we really have to do now oh, they even left the breaker on. We can also check if they gave us any other item. The worst situation you can have here is that it spawns on top of you when it starts hunting. But so far, slow hunt. Unless it have a setup time? I didn't check for setup time. I'm looking for the bone too. I'm starting to feel like it has a setup time where you save for a short moment. We need to double check that. There's that monkey paw. Wait. Okay, this is starting to feel like we have a setup time. We don't? What the? Okay, but if I wish for sanity, don't I get sanity then? I wish for sanity. Huh. So, you do have a monkey paw that you can utilize to actually alter the rules of the actual hunt. So what this means is that with the new sanity system, as long as you have a lamp on, oh shit, as long as you have the lamp on in the room, you will not be dropping any sanity at all. So if the breaker is on and everything, and keep your sanity at 50%, this will then help you know if the ghost is actually able to hunt already or not, because 50% is the threshold for a lot of ghosts. That it hasn't hunted yet is a little bit sus, and it could even be that you could have a shade. Slow sounding ghost. Seems like normal speed. So it is also possible, like Shan Sigma says in the chat, that it could be a random cursed possession. So we're gonna do 2 runs. There we go. Not 2 long hunts. So it could be that you have a setup where you have only one specific curse item, which would be the monkey paw, or it might be randomizing, and that would make things a little bit different. But the monkey paw is obviously very powerful then. Most commonly, they give you a specific curse possession, so it is more likely they will give you this. Now, what we could do with this one too is, let's see here if we have a hiding spot over here. So we can also do this. That too. Also, let me do this real quick. I wish for knowledge. So what I have now is my character basically went deaf, blind, And we got some traits that we could test with like salt and stuff to see if it's a wraith or not. We could have done that before, but I wanted to show like what you can do to more quickly do this too. Problem with this now is we can't really hear where it is. Oh shit, it's still hunting. Uh-oh. Okay, we survived. So this is a little bit more risky, but I wanted to show the method you can also utilize if you want to be fast too. Now, if you do the challenge, you might want to test how fast it is and stuff like that. And we didn't have it speed up earlier. It wasn't very fast. It did seem like a normal speed ghost. I don't think it blinked like an Oni. This here seems a little bit twins-like, to be honest. So we're gonna try for twins real quick, because I just wanted to show this more, like what you could do, and also see if we have a random item, because if it's a random item, it changes a lot of what we can say and do with the challenge. So while I might be wrong with this ghost, it is more important for me to show you what you can do to help yourself. It was an Oni? I didn't think it blinked that way. Oh wow, that's very like impressive for the video, isn't it? I don't think it's an Oni. Turns out to be an Oni. The problem with Oni and a quick glimpse since the update is that he's changed it a little bit. So it's not really a problem, but it has parts where it blinks more normally, which it didn't in the past, and then it like blinks more like an Oni. So you do need to pay attention a little bit more, and I'm still honestly not used to paying that attention. So I would more easily have gotten it if I gave it a few more hunts to test it out. But since I was too curious about this... Oh, nice. That... Are you okay? Let's go. So, it does seem like we have monkey paw all the time. So it is fixed monkey paw now. Confirmed. Otherwise, it would be extraordinarily unlikely for it to do that twice in a row when it has, like, what is it? 13% chance for that to happen? Dual Link, thank you so much. For those of you that may be new with that raid or otherwise, I do apologize for not being as usually welcoming as I am, because I'm also recording this for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Where we're trying to also help people kind of learn how you can approach the game. It seems like this might be a poltergeist. And learn how to do the challenges, and this challenge might seem very brutal to some, so we're trying to show them a way to approach it. So I have to focus a little bit on that before I can explain more things. But this week the challenge has you having no evidence, and you also get I didn't touch these shoes, but that's still possible that it could be a poltergeist. So as we said in the beginning, the monkey paw can now help you control your sanity, which allows you to test more easily for certain things like a mare or a shade, because you can raise your sanity above their thresholds. There's also the Diogen, but the Diogen you would know on its speed and stuff. So you can filter out ghosts in a little bit different way between speeds and sanity. And the monkey paw is actually quite a good contribution to be able to solve that type of puzzle that you have in front of you. So now we know it's not a Moroi, Diogen, or a Thay. Moroi should have been much faster. Didn't seem fast enough from our lamp. Didn't seem like a hunter or revenant. His speed seems pretty basic. Yin seems also unlikely. So as we can see also, it hasn't hunted for a while. So while I've been setting this up, it has taken a long time for it to hunt. I mean, it could be a spirit. Ghost! There we go. Could be an Oni again, because it was very, very visible. And we'll also backup check with a spirit, but it did seem a little bit like an Oni again there. So, guess if you can. Since we have a less of a social life. Sarah. If we're facing a problem, will they help a stranger or ignore them? We don't have less of a social life. We use social distance more. Like, if we see someone on the other side of the road coming towards us, we just shift over to the other side of the road if at all possible. Like, if you would be in, like, a very crowded city with cars driving over, you would just, like, go and it would be like that, you know, the smile where you, like, bite your lips and, like, smile against them and you nod and you're like, and then you keep walking, like, you're like, That's, like, the thing we do. Otherwise, we would move over to the other side of the road and just continue walking there. So, yeah, the white person smile, as they call it. As we can see with its blinking, it could be a potential Oni with this, but I don't think so, because it was a little bit like... Nah, I don't... We can feel Hard Spirit and Phantom because of that blinking. And it wasn't an Obake. It could be a Myling, because the footsteps are very soft. Like, what I've noticed when it's Myling is that it usually has, like... It sounds like it's stepping on cushions. Either it's very quiet or it's cushion steps. And you kind of heard it went like... Instead of like... Clunk, tunk, 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 it was more like... You hear that? You hear that? So, I think that's actually... what we're hearing here. Suppose we can actually just do... I accidentally put it in a pile. Beatboxlar. Boom, chicka boom, 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 chicka boom, boom, chicka boom, 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 chicka boom. Yo, I'm coming to the monitor on your screen. If you're not on the monitor, you're on your phone, and that has a screen. And yo. Wait. Why? Actually, technically, yes. Also, what the actual hell? So, I am leaning towards a Myling more than anything else. So, they do give us sanity sticks. However, for those that aren't used to tier 3, the one thing you have here that's a little bit of a benefit is that you can actually give yourself a speed boost during a hunt, because that sanity won't be restored by that stick, but you will be able to use it to get infinite sprint for a short time while you hear the heartbeats. So technically, you can actually use this to your advantage, even if it doesn't impact your sanity in any way. So don't mistake this as being used in a way where you have to like use it once your sanity is over and it refills your... No, when your sanity is over. When your stamina is out, because you use it... That's true though. Before it runs out, and it will keep your stamina frozen. So if you use it when you're all out, your stamina is frozen at that point. So you want to use it early on, and then you can just run as much as you want to. So it doesn't seem like it takes 3 minutes between the hunts. But you hear how the footsteps are slightly cushioned? Huh? So either I just saw my own freezing breath, which is more likely. Stop that. Stop. Makes a lot more sense in the previous version of the challenge. They just gave you useless sanity pills. Yeah, like this one actually makes sense. So based on this, I feel like if we can isolate the twins, it seems to have had the same behavior over and over. So, actually, technically, no, we don't have any stuff like this. You did say it linked like an only first and not secondly, so it could be that. So I'm leaning more towards a Myling or a Poltergeist based on what we have, and this is the weekly challenge talk is. So we're trying to show like that it can be both tricky, but also easier depending on what traits you have. Unfortunately, I've had RNG where I don't really get the speed ghosts at all when I do the challenges like this to show real quick what's going on. So there are like 50% of the ghosts you can try on their actual hunts, where you would be able to tell a Phantom, a Wraith, a Yin, a Revenant, a Hantu, a Twin, an Obake, a Rashu, a Moroi, a Dyogen, a Thay. You can test basically half of the ghosts in the hunt, but unfortunately, not all of them are like that. But your RNG has been nothing but sleepy ghosts, probably been going to the wrong houses. Dude, I know, right? Oh shit. Oh? Oh? I love the new radios, by the way. More stompy, and now it's twins. Could it be a mimic? Because that was definitely also fast ghost. In terms of being faster than average. So I'm wondering if we got a mimic on our hands. There we go. Would have been only blinking in the first hand too. Yes! Let's try this out. Smacked us, by the way. It's good to see you. Are you freaking kidding me? What? You can't double check a mimic with the freaking orbs. You gotta not give me a freaking video camera. Freezing is down here now. Thankfully, all hiding places are open. Still empty. Okay, so I am actually starting to ponder, based on the speed, if we might potentially have a mimic or a twin, because if you saw an only blink in the first one and not a later one, that would be a little bit of a teller. Oh, it's actually over here. But the fact that it also spawned up here when the freezing temps are now downstairs is a little bit sussy, because a twin not only has two different speeds, but when it has its decoy touch something, wait, freezing temps up here too. But the breaker is, oh. Okay, so this is one of those tricky ghosts where we could wish for sanity to test a mare, and we could bring in a candle potentially to test an Onryo. But unfortunately, we're kind of stuck at the point of needing to ask ourselves what we think is most likely. Poltergeist is not improbable. And now it turned off the breakers. It's definitely not the end. That we already knew, though. There we go. I'm gonna give it one more hunt. Definitely feels more like a mimic. We couldn't even hear the hunt for ages. It's almost like it mimicked a miling for sure there. It's a little bit tricky because at one time I felt like it was perceivably faster upstairs. And it also seemed a little bit like a poltergeist during one of the hunts. It also seemed a little bit like a miling right now. It also seemed a little bit twinsy on one of the hunts. So maybe we should go with mimic. The only way to for certain tell would be to leave it a lot more hunts. And we could definitely be wrong. Like I'm leaning between these two and potentially a really off poltergeist. Or it's the weirdest Oni again, with the blinking actually being way more off than otherwise, because we looked in the living room and it didn't seem like it was an Oni, the other hunts. It just blinked way differently.
Welcome back.
There we go. So we were right. We were hearing the different traits. I freaking love that. Unfortunately, the devs took our video camera, so you have to tell it based on this behavior. But there you go. As you can see, if you want to do this more successfully, all you have to do is take a little bit of time and isolate the traits. And in this case, notice that it's behaving differently every time it's doing something. So first time, seemingly it was Anoni, and Daisy caught that. Then it had Myling there at the end. It was a poltergeist for one of the hunts. And what you can also do is you can actually go over here and check how many abilities it uses. So it changes its type regularly. So Mimic is a pretty cool ghost to get, especially when you start noticing, especially during its hunts. And that's where it really shines. Like a Mimic, you will see different stuff of when it's not hunting, but it's truly when it's hunting, and hunting multiple times, that you really start seeing its power and effect, and it's really cool. In any case, I do hope this kind of shows how this ability can be done. We're going to leave it at that, because now we have tried twice to show the abilities of the ghost, as well as the hand that you can utilize to your benefit, the monkey paw. And if you have any other questions, you can always come by the streams. We're live every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. So you can always ask these questions whenever you want to. And if you have any questions, you can also leave a YouTube comment. And if there's something you'd like to learn that is not in this video, or something I forgot, you can also bring it up, and I'll try to make sure that is mentioned in the next video, or make a video based on your requests. I hope this helped, and I have been Thorlar, your octopus of this video. You have been super amazing for watching it. If you'd like to subscribe during it, I hope that you'll enjoy the next video too. Otherwise, maybe I'll still see you in the next video. Bye, YouTube. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.